So, got a SITIVIEN in this box here. Let's get it out of here. Check it in, check it out. So I did one of these a while back, and I really liked it. Pretty impressed by it. I don't remember the model number, but it was really a nice knife. This particular one, I'm kind of stumped. This is the SITIVIEN ST252. Got nice titanium bolsters, shredded carbon fiber, titanium hardware, titanium pocket clip, and it's got that wonderful polished Damascus blade. I will tell you the one thing with this knife is it's tiny. I, without a doubt, did not realize this knife was so small. Yeah, it's small. It's 3.5 fingers like this. My pinky's hanging off the end of this knife. Yeah, it's pretty small. Okay. The lock bar is not easily accessed. For such a small knife, I mean, the action, it's not horrible. There's not much detent going on there. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm really having to dig to get to that lock bar. Let's get rid of this stuff here. And let's get it checked in. I don't think it's going to take us long. Yeah, I noticed it's all T6s. And of course I got T8 bit. There we go. Oh. I should probably put some of them bits away. Got them all just hanging out there. Yeah, I mean, kind of small hardware. But it's a really small knife. And like I said, it didn't represent well. Pardon me. I should have paid maybe a little better attention. I'm going to say there's a screw underneath this scale, because that thing's locked up pretty tight still. And there is a little screw right here. Okay. It's an itty bitty little screw there. Should come apart. I do notice sometimes when it's these small pressed pins in these stainless liners, they can be kind of a bear to get apart. I'm going to guess that bolster is separate as well. Yep. Yeah, so we've got a pin and a pin and a pin. And that's what's holding. Well, there, that one come free from the bottom. I got the second one free. There we go. It's got a little bit of oil on it. Holding everything together. Huh. It's going to challenge me. It's all right. I have the right tool for the job. See if I can get that. Oh, that's going to be, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Just do a quick wipe down and we'll put it back together. Get it lubed properly. Yeah, so I did the other one, and honestly, it was a really nice knife for the price. And this one's kind of underwhelming me because it's so small. And I got to be honest, if the other one that I did a while back, I don't know if you remember it, but if that one was this size, I wouldn't have felt as high about that one either, because, you know, I remember one of the things I said about the other one is it qualified as, I'm not sure how they're doing this for this price. It's just one of those things, because high-end materials, the fit and finish was done really well. And so it was a really nice knife for just a little bit of money. And this one, I know the answer. It's because it's a very little amount of material. This thing's tiny. I'm gonna fatten up this detent just a little bit. See if I can't create some detent tension in this knife. There we go. There. That should do it. All right, let's get it back together. Shiny side up. Tiny little bearings too. I mean, I'm not near as curious about how they're doing this one as I was the other one, because this one, it's just such a small knife. Yeah. I'm not going to say that I'm underwhelmed, but I'm not overwhelmed. Like the other one was kind of, it kind of overwhelmed me because it was so nice. But this one with the size, I'm not a big 3-finger knife person. It's like, not sure what I would use it for. Puts me in that space. It's like, well, what's it good for? Wait a minute. Okay. That other screw from the other side is holding that in place. So all this should line up properly. See if we can't get it to go together. Well, I know that ain't right. That pin isn't going into that other scale. Maybe I should take it out. I wonder if I can get it out of this scale here and put it in the bottom scale. I think that would be better. I got like half a mask going here now. See if I can get this pin off here. That's a whole bunch of nope. I think I got it. that one doesn't appear to be right either. Good grief. Leave that right there. Let me see if I can't get some of these parts together and the screws can help me press all this where it needs to go. Try just a little bit at a time here. See if I can't get this. Yeah, see, that's not, that pin's not going home into that other scale. Okay. Well, this would be a good example of back up and get it right. See if I can tap that down. Nope. It's not wanting to go. Okay. So I removed both pins and put them into that bottom scale. So that pin's there, that pin's there. So now when I come down with this scale, I'm just trying to fit that pin from both sides, or from one side. All those pins are trying to get pressed on from this side now. Let's see if I can make it happen. These back two are set. It's this front one now. I might have to start with the front one. Yeah, they're giving it to me, man. It's almost like it's not lined up properly. Yeah, we're on there now, but definitely does not seem to be lined up correctly. It's going on it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Calm down, bro. Let's get this bolster on. Well, I take that back. Let's put this little back screw in, because it'll hold these back ones in. I'll continue pressure on that front with my fingers. I'll come back and tighten that once I get this front one. Well, I can't. Yeah, I have to deal with it now because, well, I can put the bolster on. Yeah. Let's do that. I don't think any of that's lining up, man. Oh, it's giving me grief. Big challenges in little packages, man. Okay. Everything except right there. Much better. Okay. Good night. Let's get this tight. Okay. Wow. I mean, there's a lot going on here when there shouldn't have been anything going on. I mean, I wonder if it's me. Like in the end, the knife's super simple. I'm just out of sync or out of sorts. There we go. Okay. Now, I did tighten that detent. And there's just no access for your thumb in there. So now that the detent's tighter, I mean, the knife still runs, but I can't access it. I mean, it's tighter. It's not crazy amount tighter, but it's enough to where the lockup is about 50% on the blade in there. But now this is so flush and there's so little room to get in there that I can't unlock it with one hand. I got to go in with my other thumb to unlock it. So I'm going to have to fix it. I mean, it's not running hard against that detent. I mean, that's pretty smooth, but yeah, I mean, I guess I know why the detent was so light now, because you can't get in there any other way. So I'm going to have to pull that scale and lighten that detent. I'm going to have to. So I'll be right back. Good night. What a long run around the park to get back to that. I mean, the detent is pretty good now. It's not drop shut, but it's a super light blade. It is kind of snappy coming out of there now, so that's pretty good. So, I mean, I stiffened it up a little bit, but now just the little bit of pressure I can get my thumb on this lock bar is enough for me to unlock it. So let me check it, make sure it's locked. Yeah, it's good to go. So, I mean, it's got great materials. Well, let's just run through it. So the action, I mean, I'll give it like maybe like a B, a solid B. It's okay. That lock bar access is probably going to knock it down, in the action part of it, because that's part of the process. But the access to that is so poor for my thumb that I'm going to give it a C on the action, just because for me to get in there and get that unlocked. I mean, I'm getting it more and more readily now. So sometimes it's a training exercise, I guess. It seems to be running better for me. So, I don't know. Maybe I'd be decent about it and go, okay, it's a B. It's a low B, B minus. It's not average or definitely not below average. It's okay. But for what they're charging for this little knife, this is the same price as the larger one that I did. And this is a small pen executive knife. It just happens to have a pocket clip on it, but this is small enough to not need a pocket clip. So let's go ergonomics. This could definitely go in a fifth pocket. So ergonomics, it's a 3-finger knife. It wear behind the finger guard. This choke up spot is not really it's not good for that, because to get your finger in there, you're going to make contact with the back of the blade here. And this knife, we're going to see here in a minute, but it is sharp. I mean, I could tell. So ergonomics, I mean, they're not great. It's a tiny little knife, and you're back here basically at a 3-finger grip. So it's a pen knife. It really is. It just got a pocket clip. Speaking of the pocket clip, let's check that thing out. How well does that work, actually? And on the thicker stuff, it's bound up, which I would expect it to. There's just not a lot of space underneath that clip to run there. How about standard jean size material? I mean, it's actually running really well there. It's got great grip. Wherever you put it, that's where you're going to find it in a standard pair of jeans. Maybe even some dress slacks. Could this be a dress executive knife? I mean, it works perfect back in that corner where I go. It's not very deep carry. There's at least, I'm going to say there's a 1/2 inch poking up there. But it's definitely an executive, thin, slender, nice looking executive knife. So, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, just a nice executive dress knife, man, this thing qualifies. It really does. It's got good fit and finish, great materials. Let's see if it's sharp. And I am using that choke up right there, so I guess it does work. And I mean, wicked sharp. That thing is ridiculous sharp. Very, very, very sharp. So excellent executive knife. Price and availability. This is an Amazon like next day deliver purchase. And I believe the price was around $70-something, I think, $74 or $75 for this Damascus version, titanium, shredded carbon fiber with this Damascus. I believe it was around $75, but it had a 20% off in-cart coupon, which brought the price down to about $60. So You know, hey, if you're in the market for an executive pocket knife, I mean, maybe this is worth $60. I'm going to say for me, probably not. It's just there's just too much going on here. I mean, I guess if you just bought it and put it in your pocket, which I don't recommend doing, but for an executive penknife, maybe you would. Maybe you just buy it if it runs good, put it in your pocket. I'll tell you why I'm hinging on not me. It's this lock access. Man, I'm not feeling it. If I've got other pen, small executive style knives that I can access the lock. I mean, I say that, but now I guess once I figured out exact position to get this thing in, it's actually probably going to be a great fidget monster for somebody sitting in their office making phone calls. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, so let me put it this way. I don't know if I illustrated the knife properly in the video, but I mean, it's got great materials. I mean, look at that Damascus. Look at this stuff. It is just beautiful the way that they've done this. And I think it's like a VG10. There's a couple of steels. If you look it up on Amazon, they'll tell you what the two steels are. But they're both reasonably higher end steels. I mean, pretty cool stuff, man. I'm just saying it's probably not for me. But anyways, I appreciate you watching.